What can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners. I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through. Rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words they broke, cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You in them in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy.
Yay! What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I am your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we take in about an hour and a half to 2 hour long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is football. But first things first, you know how I like to do it. I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis, but she's diehard. What's up, Mona?
Know what? For those who, for some reason, when Facebook did some changes and your name is not showing up with your comments now, I just posted the link in the comment section. I've got it posted up here. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and you'll have to just grant permission for them to be able to use your name. You may have to actually leave the show and then come back for your name to show up whenever you comment, because for some reason, I mean, I could post comment.
Sometimes it'll just say user. Yeah, it won't say your actual name, because I don't want a couple of shows with Mookie Hawkins and I'm talking and he's like, "Where are you at, Marcus?" I'm like, "I'm right here." It wasn't showing me. So, please like and share the show. We got some things to discuss. Week 13. First off, how you doing, Mona? Everything good with you?
Pretty good. Just fighting some kind of nasty, same kind of cold you had, I think, last week.
My nose a little bit stopped up. I didn't hit up some NyQuil and DayQuil, so I'm kind of starting my nose a little bit. So y'all just bear with me. My nose, I'm still kind of fighting through it, but the show must go on. You know how we do. We gonna power through no matter what. We got a lot of stuff to discuss. A lot of stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff going on. I mean, we're getting to the nitty gritty. We got what? 5 more games left?
6 more.
6 more games left.
Okay.
I mean, and we're talking about.
Well, except for the Bills and the Patriots, they only have 5 more games left.
Well, they got 5 more games. But what's going on, Dalton? Make sure y'all are liking and sharing, and we're gonna do the best we can over here. So we had, I guess we'll do the Monday game first. We had
let's show the leaderboard real quick.
Okay, we got our leaderboard, Alphabet's Pick'ems League, and we got a dogfight. We have got a dogfight. Flectron Moore, my frenemy, my arch rival in everything, fantasy football, pick, Survivor League. He's one of the 9 left in my Survivor League for $500. He's trying to take 100 from me here. This guy's always trying to take money from me. Jared Muller, Thomas Maselko. I see y'all out there. Dominic Toby Askew, my guy, my little brother.
Thomas Maselko, 105.
I see you over there. Dustin Davis, Dee, I see you. You guys, man, y'all. We gotta. Angie Sanchez, Blaze, Eddie Woodcock. He's always in the mix. Adam Affleck. I see all you guys. All you guys need to get up in here. Y'all trying to take my money. Y'all need to get up in here. And then, of course, I got to deal with my co-host. She's still around.
I've had a couple really bad weeks, so
and the Bronze Barbie, she's trying to get me too. So
Sanders slowly moving up that.
Yeah,
rank.
she started off kind of slow, and she's trying to.
Actually, no, she'd been hanging right with me and you both.
Yeah, well, she started off a little slow. She had she's a Cowboys hater. Okay, she's an Eagles fan, so she's naturally, so it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, by the way, don't forget, besides this contest here, me and Mona, we're giving away $40 on Tuesday morning to whoever has the best, the best record. So make sure those sheets.
For week 13.
Just for this week, we're giving away $40. So make sure y'all are, get those sheets in. Now, if you hadn't turned in the sheet, of course, you're not going to get credit for the Thursday game. But jump in there still, fill out a sheet, go to the Alphabet's Football Show group, a Facebook group. Mona posts up a sheet every week. It's up there. Some of the pinned comments up top, and just comment underneath. Put a sheet. Fill out a sheet and put it up in there.
Use that pick sheet. Fill it out. Even if you don't get credit for Thursday night, you won't get a loss out of it either.
Yeah, then you just go from there. I mean, I've seen people. Hell, I've missed the Thursday night game a couple of weeks. So, I mean, you can still come back and win it. Throw it out there. It's free money. You don't have to pay anything. Just get up in there and compete. So our Monday night game, we had Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Colts. Mona, this is your squad, the old black and yellow. Anything that stood out for you during this game?
Well, losing Najee in the second half. Actually, he didn't come back for the second half. But, we brought back Anthony McFarland. They had moved him up with the injury of Warren. Warren had really been doing real well in the second half of football games. A lot of Steelers fans out there kept saying, he needs to be starting. He needs to be starting over Najee. Look, Najee's getting in there and he's wearing out defenses in the first half of the game. If you put Warren, who's not as big, who is probably not as strong as Najee, in to start and you give him the majority of the carries, he's going to be broke down before half the season's over with. Now, Najee's been fighting a Liz Frank injury since preseason. For 8 weeks, he wore a metal plate in his shoe. Could you imagine trying to, as a running back, trying to run with that metal plate? I do not think the injury is better. The Liz Frank injury usually takes a full season off your foot, you know? So I'm hoping in the off season, I think they shouldn't be running him right now. I think he should be riding the bench. Let Anthony McFarland, let Benny Snell. I'm going to tell you something. Benny Snell was very impressive in this game. Listen, I always said Benny Snell reminded me of a running back, a sloth on the field. Slow, methodical, tough, but where he was so slow, I think he had problems getting that extra yardage.
3 yards in a cloud of dust. If you needed 3 yards, he gets you 3 yards. If you needed 8 yards, he gets you 3 yards.
Right.
So he wasn't
now, I guess where he got put down to the practice squad, his quickness, I was like, really? Is that Benny?
Yeah,
where did his quickness come from? Because I've never seen him so fast.
Yeah.
I think getting put down on a practice squad makes you step it up. And I think he has. And of course, you know who I felt when they took Anthony McFarland off the team. I was not happy. I was not happy at all.
We discussed that, and you were like, I thought that they should have made a space for him. Oh, I
don't think Warren's doing a great job. Warren is doing a wonderful job. But I think Anthony McFarland was doing that last year.
Yeah, well, he was hurt, so he was out. That's why McFarland and Benny Snell got.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but you're not getting what I'm saying. McFarland was doing it last year.
Yeah,
McFarland should have been the number 2, in my opinion, on this football team. Don't get me wrong, I don't take anything away from Warren, but McFarland has there's just something special about this kid.
He's got now
that Warren is hurt with the hamstring injury.
Yeah.
McFarland is playing lights out, but not just him, but Benny Snell too. You know, I'm sure there are football teams out there who are running back light, who are watching these guys step up because of Najee's injury, his abdominal injury, and because of Warren sitting out. They're going to be watching these guys. These guys are playing for a position, even if it's not for Pittsburgh next year. And that's just the way I look at it. So I was really impressed. I was really happy. The kid Pickett he's coming along. I'm not totally sold yet. I'm not going to be jumping into that bandwagon. I think that if you look stat wise, his stats as a rookie look a lot like Big Ben's, but he doesn't have the team that Big Ben had. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the offensive line, the running backs with Jerome Bettis, Deuce Staley, and Willie Parker. He doesn't have – I can't say our defense ain't as good, but there are integral parts of that defense that we don't have. We don't have that number 1 shutdown corner on this team.
Well, I think that's where the difference is. We
don't have that great nose tackle no more.
Yeah.
You know, so teams are actually running the ball against us. We don't have those inside linebackers that we had when Big Ben started with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Cameron Hayward, I love him. You know how I am.
Yeah.
But I know that if he doesn't retire this year, we need to be looking for his replacement.
No doubt.
Pittsburgh's got a long way to go. We're not. I don't think we're bottom dweller material, but that's where we're at right now. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But, when teams lose a first ballot quarterback and you start losing your veteran offensive lineman like we did in 3-year span, I see a lot of Steeler fans who are just throwing everybody under the bus, starting with the head coach, going down the line. And I'm like, look, obviously you've not been a Steeler fan for long. I've been a Steeler fan since the 70s. I went through those big, huge dry spells for 2 or 3 years when we were trying to find a quarterback that could at least be middle of the road. You know,
it's you get some fan bases that get spoiled, and
uh,
for the past 20 years, for the past about 18 years, you've been
we
spoiled.
haven't won anything really in the last 18 years. So why are they spoiled?
Well, you've won 2 Super Bowls within the past 18
Well,
years.
and I get that, but that's why they're spoiled because they got those 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But my point is this: after that, Killer Bees. We had a fantastic high scoring offense,
Yeah.
but our defense had went downhill.
But you were still contenders though. You know when you're winning
We were still winning our division.
Tomlin has never had a losing season. That's what they're talking about. That spoiled. That, it's hard to win the Super Bowls, but
now they're calling him out and saying, "Well, just because he's never had a losing season, what's he done in the playoffs?"
Yeah, so that's what it is when you've had a long stretch of success. The fans get a little bit spoiled. So I don't think y'all are that far off. There's some things in the off season, free agency and during the draft that y'all will be able to address. So that was a Monday game. Our Thursday game last night. AFC East battle. We have the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I originally had I had the Patriots winning this game originally, but when I looked at the injury report, it was just too much. It was too much. I mean, the Bills had some people missing too. You got Trey White trying to come back. Trey White trying to come back from his injury. But the thing that stood out most to me last night was the Buffalo Bills actually running the ball. Singletary and James Cook, 13 and 14 carries apiece.
But you and I kind of talked about that too. And I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. They actually ran the ball successfully against a team who can either stop the run or they can stop the pass, but they can't do both. They cannot do both. The Patriots defense cannot do both.
Yeah.
A lot of players missing on that offensive line for the New England Patriots. So they could, and what's the running back out? Harris.
Damian Harris, yeah,
is out. So you're putting all the load on
Ramondre Stevenson,
right?
Yeah.
So at this point, it makes it a lot easier when your opposing quarterback, Mac Jones, doesn't have anybody to throw the football to.
We were talking about it last night. I was in a couple of chat rooms, and I was like, we talk about the teams that have really good receiving cores. Like,
and I agree with that. If that's right. Dalton saying Patriots have no offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Matt Patricia, he's terrible. They you can really kind of tell that they miss Josh McDaniels. For whatever you may think about Josh McDaniels, whatever job that you think he's doing over there with the Raiders, he is a fairly competent offensive coordinator.
Well, I don't think he's the problem over in Vegas anyway. I think the quarterback is the problem in Vegas.
Well, that and they just blown first round picks. You can't draft guys in the first round and then 2 years later just be like, we're cutting you, not trading you. We're just going to cut you, just release you. Mike Mayock and that John Gruden era kind of put them out there. So Buffalo Bills, they had been 0-2. In the AFC East, they had lost a game to the Jets and the Dolphins. So I know that Bills fans are feeling really good about finally getting a winning column against the AFC East. Y'all got y'all got a couple more. You got another game against the Dolphins. That's going to be huge. I think they flexed that out. They had flexed that one out last week. And you got another game against the Jets too. You got another game against them and another game against the Patriots. So I mean, you got what do we say, Mona? Like 4 out of their next 6 games are division games. So I mean,
is it 4?
It's 3. They got another one against the Jets. It would
just be 3. It would just be 3 more division games.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, until last night it was 4 out of 6 games.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 out of 5. So. Yeah. So good luck with that. So here's our news and notes. A lot of some things going on. In case y'all hadn't heard, they've expanded the college football playoffs from 4 teams to 12. A lot of people have been complaining about this. To me, I don't really think this solves anything. I mean, I guess I love football, so I mean that's fine. But here's the thing: you'll never satisfy everybody unless you're like NCAA basketball, the 60 thing.
Well, I look at it this way: the very first time, and one of the high profile teams right now misses the playoffs because they dropped it from 14 to 12. That's when you're going to have them bitching, trying to get them to change the rules of the NFL to suit their needs, just like the overtime rule, just like a lot of other rules that have been changed to pacify those who cry out the loudest. That's
there's always going to be somebody who's, I remember there didn't used to be a college football playoffs. It was like the riders, it was like the riders, and it was it was always something. Then it was like just the top two teams. It was
dinging you like crazy, aren't they?
The top four teams. I'm actually getting top four teams, and then you got it's so when they would do this.
I'm not seeing any comments whatsoever. So what are you talking about?
I'm getting another comment from the other places where I placed the show.
From Rise Up. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, well, and Pride and Passion. So, so when you have 12 teams, you're going to have.
I mean, it's my link. I should be able to see those popping up on the comment section from StreamYard.
Yeah. So you should have. So with the 12, you're going to have 13 and 14 is going to be pissed off. And if they expand it to 14, 15 and 16 is going to be. Well, we felt like we should have been in. So, just. Win your game.
Everybody.
You can't please everybody. My mom and dad, they always say that, when it's raining outside, oh, it's raining today. Well, the farmers are happy it's raining because they don't have to pay for water. So you can't please everybody. If God can't please everybody, you damn sure can't. So congratulations, I guess. Congratulations. Well, as you saw last night, Von Miller, he was trying to play last night, but they put him on short-term IR, which means that he has to miss at least
4 games.
4 games. So this is what happens when you get a 34-year-old pass rusher, situational pass rusher. But I like Von. Didn't really need him last night. But you're going to need him against a guy like Joe Burrow. You're going to need him against Tua Tagovailoa. So we're going to hopefully he's able to come back. Ed Oliver's going to have to step it up. AJ Epinesa, those guys, those other pass rushers that they got over there, Gregory Rousseau, time to step it up. So we wish Von. I don't ever wish injury on anybody. So
I really like Von.
I've always liked Von Miller. I watched him his entire. CJ Gardner Johnson. I'm a Cowboys fan. Again, This kid has been playing incredible ball. Came over from the Saints. Dalton, you should know, a little bit about him. And he's out lacerated kidney. So he's out indefinitely. I don't know when he's coming back. He's been in that secondary wreaking havoc. So, football's a war of attrition, and it's generally whoever the team who's healthiest at the end. You want to try to get through healthy. You better have some depth because you're going to lose some people. So that's just the reality of it. Former NFL quarterback Trent Dilfer is expected to become the head football coach at UAB. For those who don't know what UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. I was never impressed with Trent Dilfer as a quarterback in the NFL. I think he's the worst Super Bowl.
His defense carried him.
Yes, he did. Those 2000 Ravens. But they say he's a good coach. I didn't really like him particularly that much when he was working for ESPN as an analyst, but they say he's a damn good coach. I've seen some footage of him coaching high school. So we'll see. So I mean, they think enough of him to make him a college coach. So we'll see how it goes. The Colts. This is for all, Mona, we just talked about teams that are spoiled. When you go through quarterbacks like this, you'll learn to appreciate whenever you have a good quarterback.
That's right.
I mean, to their defense, though, they did go from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck, but what hurt them is when Andrew Luck just suddenly retired.
And look, let's keep it a buck. He retired for the right reasons because They weren't giving him any kind of protection. He was getting hurt all the time because they couldn't keep an offensive line in front of him.
Yeah. And so, he was drafted in 2012. He was the number 1 pick. He's only 32 years old.
I still wonder if there was something wrong with him.
He got beat up.
No, I'm not. No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about even after he left NFL, this guy lost down to nothing but skin and bones.
Well,
it makes you wonder if there might have been a health issue also that helped him decide to retire.
Well, when you stop training, when you're not training to be a professional,
weight like that. I'm talking.
Wait till Tom Brady stopped playing football and see what he looked like at 45 years old. He takes very, very good.
Yeah, he wasn't this old. Andrew Luck wasn't that old.
Yeah,
he looked like a skeleton with skin on him.
Yeah.
I just, I hate throwing the C word out there and not really knowing.
Yeah.
But I've seen it happen. Somebody just all of a sudden starts dropping weight, losing weight, and looks just horrid. And come to find out they had cancer.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know. I always thought the same.
He looked really bad. When they had him on, he was doing some commentary. And I said, that's Andrew Luck.
I felt bad for Barry Sanders when he left the game and I do think that Barry Sanders left the game because he was playing for the losing Detroit Lions. But I also wondered if he didn't hang it up because maybe there were some health issues involved that were past the football stage of health issues.
Well, I think part of it. I think with Barry Sanders, it was just I'm not going to go through this. I'm not playing with these quarterbacks. And there was an offer on the table. A lot of people didn't know that there was an offer on the table for Barry Sanders to go to the.
Why don't you read some of your comments that you're getting?
Let me see here. Patriots had Matt Patricia's more defensive-minded coach. He's out indefinitely.
I'm seeing those. Those are in our group.
I'm not seeing a name on this. I don't see anything over here. Somebody's trying to. When it's with a different group, is it? I don't know. So anyways, when you have a good quarterback, be thankful.
Yeah.
Be thankful. Speaking of a good quarterback, be thankful. Russell Wilson. For all I've heard my Broncos people complaining, well, we should just cut him. Well, here's the salary cap ramifications if you do that. You are married to him. You are married to him. And there ain't no getting you're stuck with him. You are stuck with him. Pete Carroll, he fleeced y'all. So deal with it. I don't know how y'all may have to bite the bullet on it, but there's just no getting out of that. So Russell Wilson.
Well, I mean, they could always draft another quarterback and just set his ass on the bench and
Well, when you're paying a guy nearly $50 million a year, that's really just kind of, he's I think he's the third highest paid quarterback in the league.
You want to lose for the next 4 years straight because your quarterback can't throw the football?
Yeah, that's true too.
Mason Rudolph, I think, would do better than what he's doing right now.
And he very well might. He very well might. So, that's when you start giving these big contracts and stuff, that's why some of these teams are so hesitant to give out, these fully guaranteed contracts. Yep. Cleveland Browns, y'all have started a very bad precedent where these quarterbacks now, they think that they deserve fully guaranteed contracts and stuff. And you see teams are just like, we're not really willing to go there. Like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's always levels to this. So, every week we do the statistical categories. I don't know who the hell. I'm about to turn my alert off. I don't know. It's not showing. Top 5 passing leaders. Look who's on top. Look who's on top there. Patrick Mahomes. I heard.
Yeah, and I mean, you could say it's close, but it's not. It's like a whole game and a half away of being close.
Oh, and this is without Tyreek Hill because I heard this was just me. I don't know if you heard this, Rona, but when Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs, it was like, whoa, he's a system quarterback, and that's all he's in this system that does this. He got Tyreek Hill. And then Tyreek Hill goes to the Dolphins, and now he's leading the league in receiving. So maybe it's not that. Maybe Patrick Mahomes is pretty damn good, So then you got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow coming back, and they're starting to heat up. Tom Brady for all that, and then Justin Herbert with no Keenan Allen most of the year, with no Mike Williams. I know because he's on my fantasy team, and he's basically throwing to Joshua Palmer and DeAndre Carter. So I don't want to hear any more of this stuff about we don't have this, we don't have that. So Patrick Mahomes, I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the league, but he's the best quarterback in the league. So those are your passing leaders. I know one fan base will probably disagree. So here's your top 5 receiving.
I think they look at this. I think they look at the top 5 receiving leaders and don't see any of Mahomes' receivers in the top 5. And so they automatically just assume, well,
yeah, because he's
at passing. So
yeah, because he's spreading the ball around to everybody. You can't, when you play the Chiefs now, you can't just say the ball's going to Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill. It's going to Juju. It's going to Kelsey. It's going to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. It's going to all of these other guys, and you can't just sit up there and just load up on one guy. So Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle with the Dolphins, they're having an outstanding year. Justin Jefferson over there with Kirk Cousins, Stephon Diggs, alpha dog receiver. You would think that the guy on the other side of him would have more than 2 catches for 15 yards. But anyways, this is what happens. Well, that's what he had last night. I usually say 3 for 13 or 3 for 171, but he's 2 for 15 last night. How do you only catch 2 balls? How do you only catch 2 balls when you got Stephon Diggs on one side? And then when I say something, it's you're putting the guy down. You have Stephon Diggs, who's 3rd in the league in receiving, and you can only catch 2 balls in the game. 3 last week. You were 3 for 48 last week and 2 for 15 last night. Stop the crap. And Devontae Adams over there, still being Devontae Adams, doing his thing over there. So congratulations to these guys. And then we got our rushing leaders. The performance that Josh Jacobs, we got a little bit of video on that with Josh Jacobs. He's having just an incredible. Somebody he's having
because he's pretty much him and Adams are the only 2 offensive players on that team, obviously.
Yeah. And then Saquon, I got him up there for maybe comeback player of the year. We know Nick Chubb, King Henry, and Miles Sanders even chipping in there. This guy's got 1,159. He's probably going to rush for about 1,600 yards at least. So
and he's a free agent next year.
And he's a free agent next year. Somebody's gonna and so is Miles Sanders, and so Saquon Barkley. So 3 of these 5 guys are free agents next year. So some teams got some decisions to make. And then what we've been trying to do is give our defensive guys some love. We got these sack masters here: Micah Parsons, Matthew Judon, and Nick Bosa. Who y'all got? Who y'all think is going to have the most sacks? Who will lead the league in sacks? Who do you got, Mona?
I think it's going to be a toss-up between Micah Parsons and Matthew Judon.
Yeah. He didn't have any last night, so he's up. Micah hasn't played yet. He's at 13. He didn't have any last night. Micah's at 12. I mean, and then Nick Bosa's at 11.5. So I think Micah Parsons is going to have a field day this week. I actually do. And we're going to make our predictions here in a little bit. I think Nick Bosa, I think they get after Tua. Now, Tua's getting rid of the ball really fast, but I don't know. I think Tua this week, I don't know if he's seen a pass rush like what he's going to see this week. They got some guys coming back, and Nick Bosa.
I don't think they've played a team yet that has a pass rush like the 49ers have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, y'all couldn't keep you couldn't keep the Bengals off of him. And I don't think there's anything that the Bengals have anything like what the 49ers have. So what's going on, June? How you doing, June?
Hey, June, good to see you, hon.
So here's our sack leaders here. And your guy, I see Alex Smith over there, at 10.
Highsmith. Yeah.
Highsmith. What did I say?
It's Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, Alex Highsmith, Mr. Game manager, Alex Highsmith, not Alex Smith, with 10. So we got a nice little battle going on over there. We'll see how it goes. And then here's your overall team leaders as far as sacks. The Cowboys with 45. And the thing with the Cowboys is it's not just Micah Parsons. They got Dorrance Armstrong's got 8 or 9. And then you got DeMarcus Lawrence, he's got like 6 or 7. So you can't just sit up there and focus on one guy. And then you see, all of these other teams over here. So look at the Jets. The Jets are coming, man. The Jets are coming. The Jets are about to be a problem in the.
I'm telling you. I mean, we've talked about the job that Saleh is doing in New York for the Jets. I am highly impressed with what this guy has done. He has turned this franchise around. And listen, they're only going to get better because I think they still have some really high number draft picks next year.
Yeah, they do. So, and the thing, they're not paying a quarterback, so that's not eating up your salary cap. And I don't know what they think. I don't know if they're going to keep Zach Wilson. They're rolling with Mike White again this week. June, that's so nice of you. Hate to say it, Cowboys have a lot of depth on their D-line. Oh, June, that's so nice, man. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. So y'all gave us a fight, though. Y'all gave us a fight last week. And then here's your top scoring offense. The Chiefs, without Tyreek Hill, he's still putting up the most. They're still putting up the most points. The Bills at 28.1. Eagles, you know what they got.
When they lost Tyreek Hill, yeah, they were.
A lot of people had them left for dead. They had them left for dead. Yep. And then the suddenly Pro Bowl caliber Geno Smith, and then we know what Joe Burrow, and they're doing this without Jamar Chase for like the past 5 games. So that I think that's and an offensive line too. So I'm telling you, we got some firepower out there. So those are your top scoring offenses, and then we got your most touchdowns, Eagles, Chiefs.
Imagine that. Most touchdowns.
Most touchdowns, 39 touchdowns. And then you got the Lions, the Bills, the Dolphins, Bengals with 34, Seahawks. Geno Smith with the, he might win a comeback player of the year. The way he's playing this year, and he's making losing Russell Wilson very. It's not hurting them at all. Then you got the Cardinals, Vikings, and Browns. So,
like I said, we talked about this. I think Seattle knew something that nobody else knew about Russell Wilson.
Yeah, maybe.
And again, I will tell you, because you asked me before we ended up getting Mitch, who I'd rather have, and you asked me about Russell Wilson, and I told you absolutely not. I did not want Russell Wilson. I've never liked his play. I've never liked the way he controlled an offense. I never have. And it looks like I might have been right.
I'm telling you, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll saw something, so we'll see. I got Geno up there for comeback player of the year. I think it's a really nice race between him and Saquon Barkley. I think with all of the injuries that Saquon has suffered, to come out and play like the way he's playing, I got those two running neck and neck. So those are your touchdown leaders there. And then we got
they may even be a tie.
It might be. Speaking of tie, I mean, these guys basically got the same. They're off by 1 yard. 11 games, 1 yard. So
this is only after 11 weeks. I don't know what happened in week 12 for them. So
I just think this is
Well, I
amazing.
guess that would have been right because they had their bye week, so that would have been.
The Dolphins had their bye week last week, so yeah.
And so both of them had bye weeks already.
Yeah. So this was before Tyreek went on his bye. So I mean, it's amazing. It's what's your you can't go wrong with either guy. One is a game breaker, could score from any part of the field, and the other guy, I call him Lex Luger. Because he's the total package. He's got everything. He can jump. He can run. He's got great hands. He's a great route runner. He's hard to bring down in the open field, making one-handed catches. That catch he made on the Bills was just incredible. Aiden Smith, the number 2 overall pick. He's your defensive rookie of the year. The month of November. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's going to beat Sauce Gardner.
No, he's not. He's not. But they're building a little something over there in Detroit. They're building something.
What about time?
Yeah,
I have a lot of Detroit Lions friends who, no matter what, no matter how good they do or how bad they do, they stick with them. And they're fans to me.
Well, shout out to my guy, Markeith Persons. He comes on every year when we do our division by division breakdown. He's always he's like, I don't know. I'm like, why are you a Lions fan? He goes, I don't know. I'm just from Detroit, and I've just been trained to love the Detroit Lions. And here's your offensive rookie of the month.
But I don't think he gets offensive rookie of the year.
No, he won't. He won't. But he's getting better. His first game, he dropped a wide open touchdown. Hell, I think he had 3 touchdowns on us.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Rodgers threw him under the bus.
Yeah, he did. He did. But since then, he's 6 touchdowns in the month. 14 receptions. He doesn't catch a lot of balls, but the ones he catches, you're taking nearly half of the balls to the damn house every time you catch one. So 14 catches, 6 touchdowns. That's not too bad. So and they got another kid named Romeo Dobbs, and I think he's going to be pretty good too. So Mona, give me some Did You Knows.
All righty. In the past 2 NFL drafts, the 19 quarterbacks have been selected. Only 2 currently have a winning record. Mac Jones, who is 14-12 now because he lost last night, and Bailey Zapp, who's 2-0. And guess what? Who do they play for?
Right.
All right. So here's my deal. Bill Belichick. Draft them some receivers.
Yeah, it would help when Jacoby Myers is your best receiver, and then you get a cast off like Devontae Parker from the Dolphins. You need to go out and you need to go get elite wide receiver. Now you draft everything else from damn Alabama. Go draft some damn receivers from Alabama. How about that? You got a running back from Alabama. You had running backs from Alabama. Go get.
They'll probably try and draft Will Anderson.
Yeah, they might. They just might. You drafted defensive players from Alabama. You drafted Courtney.
I figure they'll go for defense.
Courtney,
I'm really starting to question Belichick's mind.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
He honestly, he got by with that when he had a Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He got by with it with Tom Brady, but Mac Jones is still rookie-ish, and you got to get this guy some help.
It's hard to evaluate a quarterback whenever he's not. It's hard to evaluate a quarterback when he doesn't have anything around him. We were talking earlier about Davis Mills from the Texans.
Yep.
He sucks. Does he? Or is it that he's running for his life half the time? Like last night, Mac Jones was running for his life. He was just running around in circles trying to find, and none of them guys could get open.
Yeah.
Run the ball, get 2 or 3 yards. Now it's second and 8. Then you try to pass, and it's 3rd and 11, and then you got to pass, and now you're taking a 10-yard sack. It's like in this new game of football, you got to have weapons on the perimeter. You've got to have some weapons. So hopefully in the offseason there, with free agency and the draft, they're able to get them some weapons.
Okay, so our next one. Fun fact. The Bills are the first team to win back-to-back games at Ford Field in Detroit since 2016. Now, I don't even know who it was. I meant to look it up and I forgot. I fell asleep and didn't want to get up. So,
Well, it was the Buffalo Bills. I mean, it was the Detroit Lions because that's their home. That's their home. That's their home field. Does that make sense?
No.
They won back-to-back games at Ford Field where the Lions play. Okay, the
I
Lions.
understand this, but you're automatically assuming Detroit Lions won 2 home games back-to-back, and I just don't agree with that. It might have been somebody else.
Well, I know for a fact it was the Lions because that's when Matthew Stafford was still there, and they were pretty damn good, and they still had.
I'm glad you're sure of that because I'm going to have to investigate that now.
It is that was the same year that the Cowboys went to the playoffs, and that they pulled that phantom pass interference, and then the referees picked it up, and I told all my Cowboys fans because the next week. They lost, and I go, the football gods give it, and the football. So the next week, the Cowboys lose to the Packers, and that was on the Dez Bryant no catch. When Dez Bryant, they said he caught it, but he really didn't. And all my Cowboys fans, oh, that's a BS call. I go, well, we got the Lions, they got screwed. You know, the football guys give it, and they take it away. So we won a BS game last week, so you lose on a BS call this week. So yeah. They didn't get all that.
Next fun fact: Justin Jefferson has passed Randy Moss for the most receiving yards through 3 seasons in NFL history. Minnesota's Justin Jefferson 4,203 and counting, because he's still got 6 games left to play. Hall of Fame Randy Moss had 4,163. He's already bypassed him and OBJ. And he still has 6 games to go for the season.
Yeah.
So, all right. So everybody says, oh, well, now they have a 17 game season. All right. So just on his 16th game, see how far ahead he is of Randy Moss and OBJ. And that's how good this guy is. Yeah.
He's incredible. And he was in the class of 2020, 2021, 2022. At the end of this season, he is eligible for a contract extension.
Yep.
And if I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I'm locking this guy up. You do not want to wait till when all them TV contracts and stuff come out, and because Jamar Chase, they're about to break the damn bank. They're about to break the bank. So you better, when you get the opportunity to sign him, you better sign him.
Okay, so next fun fact. Dallas is the only team in the NFL this season yet to allow a touchdown in the opening quarter.
They're pretty good. They are pretty good. They're pretty darn good. I love the way this defense is looking. If there is one weakness on there, they have been a little bit susceptible to the run. When they played the Packers, they let Aaron Jones run around a little bit too much for my taste, but they got everything else. And if they
the only kryptonite I see for you guys this year is the San Francisco 49ers. That's the kryptonite that I worry about.
They have the physicality. They run the ball. And as a matter of fact, they even said, in the draft, they said they didn't like the way that playoff game went. They said we got pushed around and we don't like that. Micah Parsons was very adamant, and it was a very heavy defensive draft where he said we're not going to get pushed around again. So you're going to get your opportunity. The Dolphins are going to get an opportunity too. I can't wait for that game. They're going to get their opportunity this week.
I'm still kind of not sure who I'm taking. Okay, so our Rocky Bleier Tough Guy Award section of the show. Offensive Players of the Week. And we have Josh Jacobs. And we have a little bit of footage on this guy. Okay. 303 total yards last week. 6 receptions. 2 rushing touchdowns. 86-yard game-winning rushing touchdown in overtime to win that game.
I thought that the Raiders were just kind of giving up on the season, but they showed a lot of fight. They showed a lot
Josh
of
Jacobs ain't giving up.
Yeah, he ain't giving up, and Devontae Adams certainly hasn't given up.
Well, no, he's at 999 yards already, and he's still got 6 games to go.
Well, last week last week, not this game right here, but the week before that, he caught the he caught the game winning touchdown. So
Yeah.
It's about pride. When you go out there, it's about pride. I don't care what our record is. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to compete. So
Hey, Jay, good to see you.
I love what I'm seeing from Jacobs and Adams and even Derek Carr. He's still, I know he's taking a lot of flack. He just signed a big contract, but they're still out there competing, and I like to see that.
All right, so our NFC Offensive Player of the Week is Jalen Hurts, and I have a little bit of footage for him too. 57.1% completion percentage rate, 153 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns, 96.3 passer rating, and he also rushed for 157 yards, and I have footage of that.
And I sure appreciate it on my fantasy team. He helped me win my fantasy game against Otis. Thank you very much. So looking at him run here, Mona, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, who do you think is a better runner with the ball in their hands like that?
Who was it?
Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson. Who do you think is the best? Rank them 1 through 3 when they have the ball and they take off. Not as a thrower, but
who was the third one that you said?
Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. 1, 2, 3. Who do you got?
Fields, Jackson, Hurts.
You got Hurts last?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with I think Jalen,
he runs with a lot of power and strength.
He runs with more power, yeah.
And he can actually even run over linebackers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially corners. He can definitely run over corners.
Yeah. I think
but I think that fluidity, I've never seen anything like Fields. Fields blows my mind when I watch this kid play.
And the thing with Fields, it doesn't look like he's running that fast. You know who Fields reminds me of when he's running? He reminds me of RG3. RG3, healthy RG3. When RG3 used to take off, he didn't look like he was running that hard, but he had track speed.
Right.
Like Michael Vick looked fast. He was like, but RG3 was just kind of, it was like he's just blowing past everybody. And that's what Justin Fields.
What Fields does to me, he's got great mobility. He's got great mobility as far as juking a player out.
Yeah.
He can take that left step and boom, he's gone to the right. Yeah. And he's got great takeoff speed.
Yeah.
And that's what I think.
I think Lamar's the fastest out of all of them.
Like straight out speed. Yeah, I think Lamar's fast.
Lamar he'll just outrun.
I don't know. I'd have to see. I don't know. I have to check that and see what their 40 speeds are. And you know what? You can go back and look at 40 speeds of quarterbacks, in the what the hell is it called?
At the combine?
In the combine. You can check 40 speeds that way. But a lot of times
it's not like game speed. It's not game speed.
Right, exactly.
Like Jalen Hurts, he doesn't look like he's running that fast. He's very smooth. Right. And they're like
and he's a brute.
Yeah. But it's not a 4.7 either. But it's like some quarterbacks that some people think are more explosive.
Let me show you. Let's do this one more time. Because I didn't really get to watch it.
Yeah, he just here. I mean, he's got a little bit of suddenness, and it's just great vision. I mean, that's like running back vision right there, to just taking something, and making something out of nothing. Just very, that's vision right there. That's like a running back vision. Take off over there and then to have the speed to, I mean, he kind of gave that linebacker a move and then breaking a tackle there. I mean, he shook that linebacker out of his damn shoes.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing too. all you running quarterbacks up there, do you see how he didn't take a hit at the end? You see how he got what he needed and got out of bounds? This thing, if you want to extend your career a little bit, you may not want to keep getting taking kill shots. Just saying.
All right, so our defensive players of the week are Ed Oliver with the Buffalo Bills, and I have a little bit of footage for him. 6 tackles, 1 sack for a safety, 2 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. So here you go.
And they're really going to need him with Von Miller being out.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a hell of a play. This was the Thanksgiving Day game. Kind of changed the dynamic of the game, but him, Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, they're really going to have to step it up. He's a high draft pick, and he's going to have to carry that load. You're one of the younger guys on the team. You're a younger guy, but you're still a veteran. And now with Von Miller out of there for at least 4 games, you're going to have to make plays like this. This is really big, really big. Change the and it was a safety, so you get that safety, plus you get the ball back. So just a really head up play there.
Right. All right. So our NFC Defensive Player of the Week is none other than Brian Burns. You know what? I really like this guy. 3 tackles, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. This guy is just.
Well, whenever they were having everybody thought that the Carolina Panthers were having just a fire sale, and they were they saw him get rid of Christian McCaffrey and get rid of Robbie Anderson, but they were very adamant. They said there's a few players that, even though we know that we're in a rebuild, these are guys that are going to be the cornerstone of our franchise going forward. They were very specific. They said DJ Moore, they said Dwayne Brown, they said this guy here, and they said J.C. Horn. So that tells you what they thought about this guy.
All right, so we're not going to be able to talk during this one because I had to get the little sound clip at the end.
Yeah.
So here we go.
I trolled Russ a little bit.
You did?
I did a little bit. Much respect to Russ, bro. I love Russ, man. He's a great guy. I just had to. It was just there.
Yeah, so that's the thing about football. Football's a very look, man, you got to stay humble in this game. You can have
trolling him, though. I thought that was great.
But when you're kind of mocking somebody or whatever, your little celebration and stuff like that, when guys get a chance to get you back. I remember in the Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl a couple of years ago, whenever who was it? Was it Asante? Was it who was that?
That the Super Bowl that Mahomes was running for his life?
Yeah, it was. And the I think it was it Asante Samuel Jr. It was one of the cornerbacks, and he had got burned because they had played each other earlier. And I think Tyreek Hill had like 150 yards in the first quarter. And he threw up the Duke. You know how Tyreek throws up the deuces. So the guy stands over him after he breaks up a pass when they're losing the game, and he stands over Tyreek and he throws up the deuces on him. So when guys get a chance to get back at you, football's one of those things, you know very much about, Burfict, hitting Antonio Brown, and I don't even want to go into his whole thing.
What you did to him.
It's like, okay, you want to do that? You played baseball, you buzz.
That's what blew my mind so much when Antonio Brown threw Juju under the bus. The way Juju took up for him on that hit.
Yeah,
To be honest, to this day, I think that Burfict hit on Antonio Brown is why we are where we are at with Antonio Brown today. Right now, he's still at a standoff. He's still locked up in his apartment. The police have said, look, we're not going to bust in his doors. We're willing to wait as long as it takes to take you into custody, because they know he's not a danger to himself. They know he's not going to get out and hurt somebody. You know,
Antoine
he threw a shoe at his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so I mean, football is a very humbling sport, and when you do stuff to people, it's like, oh, you want to do that? So the next time, I remember 2015, the Carolina Panthers, they're dabbing and celebrating, and Cam is dabbing and trying to embarrass people. Well, in the Super Bowl, when you played the Broncos, it's like, okay, the football gods give it, and the football gods take it away. So when you do stuff, understand when people get a chance to get some get back on you. You see it in all kind of sports. You do something to kind of humiliate.
I remember Hines Ward doing the Eagle when we played the Philadelphia Eagles, and T.O. over on the sidelines, and Hines Ward scored, and he goes over, and he pops his foot up on the what is the little orange cone there at the touchdown line?
The pylon.
He puts his foot up on the pylon and does this number, and T.O.'s just going.
Yeah, I remember one time T.O. was doing Ray Lewis's squirrel dance. One time he came out and did the squirrel. Look, okay, you understand when I get a chance to get some, and it's not just football. That's in any sport. When you humiliate somebody and you go and you're playing baseball and you're buzzing my guy, throwing a ball at his head.
They were really annoying.
You throwing a ball at somebody's head, buzzing somebody with 100-mile-per-hour fastball at his head. Okay, cool. Next time we come up, we're gonna beam a couple of your people, and we'll see. And then we're just gonna have to fight in the middle of the field. So, be humble.
So our special teams players of the week are J.K. Scott with the Chicago, Los Angeles Chargers.
That was so annoying. That dab dance, I hated that.
Oh yeah, they were annoying. Dalton. Dalton did that in the comment section.
It was Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, and Asante Samuel Jr. plays for the Chargers. Yeah, Antoine Winfield Jr. He did it. He stood right over Tyreek and gave him that. It's like, okay, all right.
And our NFC special teams player of the week is Kenny. How do you say it?
Wagyu. In Wagyu. That sounds more Asian.
166 yards. With a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and I have footage of that too.
Kenny Nwangwu.
I don't know if that's right or not. We talking it up crazy.
I'm like the owner of a Japanese steakhouse. My name is Kenny Nwangwu. You want more rice?
I got footage of that one too. I didn't get footage of J.K. Scott because mainly it was just his punting. But this kid, man, he just turns these afterburners on, and I was like, holy
See ya.
I'll tell you something though. There was about 10 more yards to go. That little kid right there, he would have caught him.
Yeah.
I thought that was impressive. So
not too bad. And Kenny Nwangwu. I am the owner of the sushi and Japanese steakhouse. My name is Kenny Nwangwu. I also own the dry cleaners. So that's all of our. So I guess we're ready for Mona. While we're doing that, can we get that Buffalo Bills bottle, and then we'll get on our picks. Boy, everybody's ain't nobody.
Yeah, Bills Mafia, Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Can you? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Do you? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. I'm RJ Roberts run it back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. Act McKenzie, make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins, block defenders like the Fins. Hey, it's the Mafia, I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin', what's your team? Who you reppin', what's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got the salad on my team. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills.
All right. I'm trying to get rid of this bottle, y'all. I'm trying to get this done before Christmas. So if you are interested in this in the Buffalo Bills bottle, let me know. Cash App, PayPal, and we will get that to you ASAP.
We have the drawing. We're not gonna have the drawing until we sell 100 tickets. I mean,
yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
We're at what, 48 now?
We're at 48, and I think we've only had like 6 people buy tickets, but it is what it is. It'll sit here. So we're gonna get up on our picks.
Yep.
Me and Mona, we both took Buffalo yesterday. I think most people. I think the only one who went against Buffalo was Jay. So first game Sunday, early game, Pittsburgh at Atlanta. And since you're a Steelers fan, Mona, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Okay. I think that with what they're doing right now on offense, and I think that with that running game that McFarland and Snell are giving us right now, I don't know. I haven't seen any write-ups on whether or not Najee is playing this weekend. I think that Warren is still down with the hamstring injury. I think that what we saw with McFarland and Snell and Pickens and Pickett's really starting to pick up the game some. And defensively, I think that we're going to create some problems in Atlanta's backfield. So I'm taking Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. I'm going to say 28-21 Pittsburgh.
28-21. I'm also taking Pitt. I just think y'all's you got some other guys. I saw the flashes from McFarland, Benny Snell, Jalen Warren's supposed to be back this week.
Well, I think he's questionable.
Whoever started running back, Atlanta has not shown the propensity to be able to stop the run. We just saw Carolina and Donta Foreman run through them like bad Taco Bell a couple of weeks ago. So
like a hot knife through something.
Yeah, I'm going to say Pittsburgh 24-14. Next game, we got Green Bay at Chicago. Chicago, Justin Fields may play. He still hasn't been cleared to play yet. Darnell Mooney, he's out for the year. I mean, they already didn't have a lot of receivers. They have nothing on defense. All they really is Justin Fields or bust. I mean, they got Chase Claypool, Colt Kmet, but Mooney was kind of their guy. Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to play, but I think they run the ball more. I think you see more Aaron Jones, and then Christian Watson's been playing very well, and I think they want. I don't think they want to fall to the Bears. I think Aaron Rodgers will play, but I don't see it being a very high scoring game.
So he doesn't have broken ribs?
He said he's playing. So I mean, I don't know if they're going to shoot him up or what. I'm going to say 17-14 Green Bay.
I'm going to say 21-17 Green Bay.
21-17?
Yeah.
21-17. Okay. Jacksonville at Detroit. Every time I pick Jacksonville, they don't win. And then when I don't pick them to win, then they win.
Yep.
I'm gonna give them another chance. I said I wasn't gonna mess with them no more, but I like what Jacksonville's doing.
And them beating Baltimore.
That was a huge boost.
Yes.
Huge
I
boost.
mean, that had to give them some moxie right there.
Trevor Lawrence is playing incredibly well. Etienne left the game early last week, but the kid James Hasty came in and he had a good game. And then they picked up Darrell Henderson from the Rams. He wasn't active because he had just got there. He's still kind of learning the playbook. So I like what Jacksonville's doing. Christian Kirk is playing good ball. I still don't think he deserved that big contract, but he's playing good ball. Their defense is really, Josh Allen and the kid they got the number one pick. Them two off screaming off the edge, they're playing very good ball. I'm gonna say 24-17 Jags.
I've got Jacksonville on this one too. And I said the last time I took Jacksonville, I wasn't taking them ever again.
Yes, he did.
I did.
That was in London, though. Maybe you'll give them a little bit more.
I'm giving them one more chance. If they lose this one against Detroit, I'll never pick them again. Not this year, anyway.
Okay.
Because I really think that they're an up and coming football team, just like the Jets.
Yeah.
I think that Peterson has just made all the difference in this team.
Yep.
So,
give me a score, Mona.
Oh, damn! I gotta do that too. I'm gonna say 24-21. I think it's gonna be a close game.
24-21. Okay. Jets at Minnesota. I love Justin Jefferson. I think he may be the best wide receiver in the league. But I think I think the Jets are going to put Sauce Gardner on him and have him follow him. I think that the Jets are going to look at the Dallas Cowboy game, what they did. Now, I don't think that they beat them 40-13, but I think that wherever Justin Jefferson goes, that's where Sauce goes. He's 6'4". He matches up very well.
Minnesota can't really stop the run.
They can't stop the run. And I think that Quinnen Williams, the defensive lineman for the Jets, the Minnesota Vikings offensive line is like Swiss cheese. And I think Quinnen Williams, I think he wreaks havoc on that defensive line, on that Vikings offensive line. And I think that Sauce follows Justin Jefferson wherever he goes. Now, Reed will probably be locked up to Adam Thielen. So I think this is going to have to be Dalvin Cook trying to run the ball, but I still think that the Jets win it. I think it's a defensive struggle. I'm going to say 20-10 Jets.
I got 2014 Jets. And I actually had Minnesota. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I had Minnesota winning this game. You know what? I've done that all year. I have second guessed myself, and I really think the Jets have a good chance of winning this game. But I think that if they get off to if they have to start passing the ball, if they get behind on Minnesota and they have to start passing the ball to catch up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Minnesota. I'm going to stick with my guns.
Okay.
And I'm going to say 21-14 Minnesota.
21-14. The Washington Commanders at New York Giants. This is a toss-up game. This is a talking. Both of them, every team in the NFC East has a winning record. I think one is 8-3, the other one's 7-4. This is a toss-up game. But I like the way Heineke's playing. I like the way Heineke's playing a little bit better. I'm going to say 20-19 Washington.
And I am taking the Giants. I'm like you. I think it's more a toss-up game, but I think Saquon Barkley is the difference maker in this game. I'm going to say 24-14.
24-14. Okay. Let me see here, Dalton. Packers 16-10. Jaguars 27-23. Trayvon Walker, that's the number one pick in the draft. Vikings 26-20 overtime, and he's got Giants 21-20 over Washington. Tennessee at Philadelphia. This is going to be a good game because they went out and got those two defensive tackles. If there's any game that you want them to, Sue and Limbaugh Joseph is for this game because you're going to get a lot of Derrick Henry. It's in Philly. It's another toss-up.
Tennessee's defense, their pass rush is pretty good.
They're doing this without Harold Landry.
The Eagles' offensive line is pretty damn good too.
Yeah, I just can't go against the Eagles, especially at home. And they nearly lost last week, and Hurts pulled them out. He wasn't really having a great game throwing the ball, but he had 157 yards rushing. I think he really misses Dallas Goedert. That was kind of like his safety blanket. That was his safety blanket. I know he really misses Dallas Goedert. God, I gotta pick Philly.
If it was in Tennessee, I would take Tennessee. But
I'm gonna go Philly 24-21. I think this is another close game.
I'm going Philly as well. I'm going to say 28-21.
28-21. We got some close games this week. I got to find me a survivor pick for this week. Denver at Baltimore.
Here it is. There's your survivor pick. Oh, you didn't take Baltimore.
I already took Baltimore. I have no faith in the Denver Broncos. I have no faith.
Cleveland's going to beat Houston. There you go.
And I just think Baltimore lost last week. They lost last week to Jacksonville, and I think they're going to be. I think Baltimore's going to be pissed.
I think they're going to take it out on Denver.
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to say.
I think Russell Wilson may be running for his life.
I'm going to say 30-17 Baltimore.
I'm going to say 31-14 Baltimore.
Dalton says Sheagles 23-17. Dalton says I'm done with Broncos Ravens. I'm done with Broncos Ravens 24-17. Okay. Let's see here. Cleveland at Houston. This might be this. Yeah, Cleveland at Houston. This is the return of Deshaun Watson. This is his return game back to where he played, where he was drafted. Houston doesn't have anything.
Houston's going to stop the run, and they're going to see a lot of Nick Chubb.
That and they're going to be after whoever their quarterback is. I don't know who it's going to be. I think it was Kyle Allen last week. But they just don't have. They have Damian Pierce. That's about it. Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks. I think Myles Garrett might have like 3 sacks in this game. I think I don't know how well they're going to win. I don't think Deshaun Watson will play great. Most of his victims said they will be at this game, so that's going to be just
most of his victims.
Yeah, they said a lot of the women said they were going to be there. I'm going to say 20-10 Cleveland. 20-10 Cleveland.
All right, I've got Cleveland. I'm going to say 24-12.
24-12. That might be my survivor pick there. There's no way Houston. Seattle at or this one. Seattle at Rams. No, Matthew Stafford's been ruled out already. I don't know if Aaron Donald's playing. I think they're packing up the season. I really do. Seattle lost last week. Lost a heartbreaker to the Raiders. So I think they're going to be pissed. I think they're going to be pissed off. Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker III, DK, Tyler Lockett. I think they're going to be a little bit upset. The Rams have nothing. No Cooper Kupp, no Matthew Stafford. They got Cam Akers. That's about it. So yeah, give me. I'm going to say the Ram. I'm going to say Seattle. 24-10 Seattle.
Okay. I'm taking Seattle as well. And I'm going to say 31. To 10.
Yeah, it might get that bad. This is pretty bad. Dalton says, "Oh, Donald not playing. Seahawks 20-13. Yeah, it might get really bad. This may be the game of the week. Miami at San Francisco. Jay, I know you're DJing. He hit me up. He said he had to DJ tonight. I like Miami, but I'm still just not sold on them yet. I think they're coming, but I think San Francisco is going to be highly motivated. First off, it's at Levi Strauss Field, and I just think that San Francisco may be the most complete team in the league. They can run the ball. Christian McCaffrey. Now I know Elijah Mitchell's not playing. They got an all-world tight end in Kittle. You got two awesome receivers, Debo, who's a wide receiver running back combo, Brandon Ayuk. You got Nick Bosa. He's in third place for sacks, and I think he's going to be in Tua's lap. Now I know Tua's been getting rid of the ball really fast, but I think he's going to get him a couple of times. So give me because it's at home, and San Francisco's trying to keep pace and get back into the running for the number one seed. I'm going to say I think it's going to be a close game. 24-21 San Francisco.
You're taking San Fran.
I am.
I am also taking San Fran because I just don't know that they're going to be able to maintain and stop McCaffrey and Debo. Because I think this game, Debo's going to win some of that incentive money.
Yep.
I think he's going to be running the ball some, catching the ball out of the backfield, and I just don't know. I don't get me wrong. I would like to see Miami win. I want Miami to win, but I don't think they will. I think that going into San Fran is going to be an advantage for the Niners. I see the game. I still think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say 31-28 San Francisco.
31-28. Okay. Kansas City at Cincinnati. Cincinnati put Kansas City out the playoffs last year. After that great win, the Kansas City had over Buffalo the very next week. Cincinnati put Kansas City out. And I believe Jamar Chase is supposed to be back this week. He's supposed to come back this week. He's been cleared to play this week. I think Kansas City's going to be on a mission for this game. I think that Patrick Mahomes, look, you get a person who everybody says that Patrick Mahomes has Josh Allen's number. Well, right now, Cincinnati has KC's number. And you want to eventually get that sour taste out of your mouth. I think this is I think Kansas City's defense has gotten a little bit better. Chris Jones, I really like Chris Jones. I like the linebacker Nick Bolton. I think he's playing really good ball. This is 28-24 Kansas City.
Let's see.
Man,
I have
Chiefs have not won in Bengal Stadium since 1984. Whew.
I think this may be the time for the change. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm going to say 28-24 Kansas City.
Got some really good games this week. I'm gonna order me some wings and I'm gonna be locked in here. Chargers, LA Chargers at Vegas. Wow. Mike Williams out again.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Damn it. I need this one. I gotta take some risks, man. I'm gonna take the damn it. And I you know what I think about Herbert. I can't go against Herbert. LA Chargers 2014.
I'm also taking the Chargers as well. I think that it's going to be close. I think it's not going to be real high scoring. I'm going to say 21-17.
21-17. It's some really difficult matchups this week. Indy at Dallas. What did y'all beat them by last week, Mona? Whatever y'all did to them, we're going to do way worse. And this is
17 or something like that.
24-17. I got Dallas. I can see Dallas's defense scoring 2 touchdowns in this game, whether it's a pick six by Diggs or a strip sack from Micah. I just think Matty Ice is going to be running for his life. And they got other guys. It's not just Micah. I can see Dorrance Armstrong having a couple of sacks. I can see DeMarcus Lawrence having a couple of sacks. I can see they're gonna lock up Michael Pittman, and they're gonna get in and you lock up Michael Pittman. You put Diggs 1-on-1 with Michael Pittman, stop the run, and get after Matty Ice. They're gonna get a lead, and then they're just gonna tee off on Matty Ice. 35-10 Cowboys. I think you see like a repeat of that Vikings game. Maybe not 40-13. I'll say 35-10 Cowboys.
I've got Cowboys winning 31-3.
Well, you are trying to give them that Vikings treatment, huh?
I think you guys might actually take some starters out and put some damn backups in.
New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Man, the Saints have had Tampa's number, man. Monday Night Football. I can't go against Brady. I just can't do it. Another close game. I now if it was in New Orleans, I'd probably get a nod to New Orleans because it's in Tampa Bay. Their line is so decimated. 21-17 Tampa Bay.
Let's see. You got
Dalton 27-17 Cowboys. Bucks. I don't trust Dalton on primetime games. Bucks 17-13.
We're both taking Tampa Bay. You said 21-17 Bucks, right?
21-17 Bucks, yeah.
I'm gonna say is Fournette back?
He's questionable with the kid Rashad White. He played.
He's sorry, not the same guy.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna say 24. 24-19 Bucks.
Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. We agreed on 12 of the games. 12 out of 1, 2. What did we disagree on? We disagreed on Jets, Vikings, Panthers, Giants. That's it. So those are whew. Those are all your picks. That's it. I think that's everything. Please make sure that you, even if you're not in our Pick'ems league, if you want an opportunity to win $40 on Cash App, make sure that you go.
If you got friends that might want to enter, just, send them an invite. We're a private group now in Alphabet's football group. So if you send your friends an invite, invite them into the group and let them know, grab that pick a sheet. They've only missed the Thursday night game. So grab that pick sheet, and they still have all the games for Sunday and Monday night games. So
that's it. It's free to play, very fun, very competitive. We got very competitive people. It's been really fun. And
if you've got anybody, Marcus, I asked you earlier, if you need to check and see if anybody's done a pick sheet that's not in our group now.
Yeah.
If they've done pick sheets, you're gonna have to send me just a screenshot of their.
Okay, I can do that. I can definitely do that.
I think you shared it in Pride and Passions and Rise Up too.
Well, most of the people at Pride and Passion, like Flectron and Dustin Davis and all of them, most of the guys are in the group. They're in the competition, so.
And they don't have to be in the Pick'em league to be able to play.
Yeah, it's the one. This just for this week, just a competition for this week. We want to see. We just do this randomly.
Money out for people for Christmas.
Yeah, not too.
Not too bad. Handy for
go to the movies or go buy you a hamburger, because that's how much a hamburger costs nowadays. It's $40.
Have you tried that new? What's the name of that new burger that McDonald's has got, Gary? The double quarter pounder with bacon.
Ooh, that's how I have my double quarter pounder made anyway.
It is so good.
Quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese with bacon and no onions.
Well, it's a special now.
Yeah.
At McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I had one yesterday, and I'm here to tell you, I've always said nobody can make a better hamburger than what I can here at home. But that one I might have to say is better than mine.
Y'all got to come to oh my God! Y'all got to come to Texas and get some Whataburger.
No. I lived in Texas for 7 years. I love Whataburger. Love Whataburger. And Jack in the Box late at night after the bar closes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that drunk food.
Gotta have that breakfast, man. Gotta have that breakfast.
Yeah, that's Jack in the Box. That used to be the spot. And we do that over Denny's or Village here. We go to we used to call it Jack in the Crack. Jack in the Crack.
Yeah, Jack in the Crack. Yeah. Let me show that Bill's bottle one more time.
Okay.
All right, here it goes.
Yeah. Bill's Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey. Who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. McKenzie make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins block defenders like the fence. Hey, it's the Mafia. I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? I'm reppin' for my team. I got the salad on my team. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills.
Awesome stuff. Nose is starting to get stopped. I got to get me another dosage. I'm starting to lose my voice. My throat's getting scratchy.
I was hearing that. Yeah.
Mona, last words.
Just want to tell all of our supporters, thank you for coming back week after week. Yeah, we appreciate it more than you know. And yeah, we don't have to do this pick and league stuff. We don't have to do that. I mean, but I like to be able to do that and to give back to our supporters. This week, we're doing the 40 bucks, and we had actually planned on doing that a few more times throughout the year, but we hadn't done it. So I'm the one that said, hey, let's do this week. Let's do this week. And I was going to do 20, and then Marcus says, well, if you do 20, I'll do 20. We'll match it and just make it 40. So
yeah. Got to, man. We got to. Appreciate everybody.
And we have new hoodies getting ready to come out.
Got hoodies coming out. They should be done. I picked them up from Ben on Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to. Well, when I sent you that shirt, that damn took one day.
Yeah, I got it like one day. You sent me the track.
I don't know now because it's like December. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a couple of days, but
hopefully so. I put it up in there. If y'all want a Alphabets Football Show hoodie, let me know what size you need. They're $50, and the $50 includes the shipping too. So I would prefer to get them all out at the same time, so I don't have to keep going to the post office. Because as Ramona can attest to, I hate going to the post office unless I have to. I had her Najee Harris jersey for about 6 or 7 months. It was sitting in the closet, tags and everything.
Yeah,
brand new.
Go ahead, tags on when I got it.
Yeah. So, appreciate y'all. Enjoy the games.
Be safe.
Get your raffle tickets. Get your hoodies. I hope everybody's okay. Be safe out there. I know the weather's getting a little bit inclement weather, ice and snow and stuff, especially my people on the East Coast. Be safe out there, and we appreciate y'all. And y'all have a good weekend. See ya.
Count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect. Mama out of debt, got a new connect. We the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house. You mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy. Fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow. Bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you meet a sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You win them in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown, the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now, homie, run me the stash. Put the ones in the bag, now count up.